Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a space where the right message reaches you. My name is Anisha, and I help people live a more authentic and fulfilling life. And this is a little bit about me, and I would love to know about you, like which part of the world you're joining us from, or is this your first time here? So feel free to drop in a hi in the comments and share about you. And until you guys say hi in the comments, let me share a quick overview of this live, of what we do here in these lives. So we usually start these sessions with a meditation, and that meditation is of about 20 minutes, and it is based on the quote that is on Insight Timer's homepage. So we meditate upon that quote and absorb the wisdom from it. And then once you're feeling more settled, more grounded, we move on to phase two of this live, where we basically spin the wheel of wisdom and let the universe choose a book for us. And then we play a game where I ask you guys to pick some numbers and we do a reading based on that so that whatever guidance that you need can arrive in your life. So, this is a little bit about what we do here. I will share more details when we get to each part. But for right now, I would love to know that are you guys ready for a meditation? So, if you are, you can type ready in the comments. Hello, Caitlin. Welcome. Hi. Happy to have you here. Kayla says, good morning, Anisha. I'm Kayla. I was here on Monday morning and your readings were so helpful that I came back. I also loved the sleep meditation. Thank you, Kayla, for joining us back. I remember you and I am glad that you you chose to spend more time with all of us. And also good news, I just submitted that sleep meditation after editing it and making it like a 8 hour long sleep meditation. So I guess it would be released in a week from now. So you guys can listen to it. Um Hello Leslie, welcome back here again. Kayla says, wow, congratulations. Thank you, Kayla. I really hope that it helps a lot of people, fall asleep because that is something that I also struggle with. Hi Havau, welcome back again. Happy to have you here. Okay, so it seems like everyone here is ready for the meditation. So let me also drop in a quick message in the comments for those who will join us during the meditation. Okay, done. Mhm. Just a sip and then we will begin with the meditation. Mm. Begin by arriving in a position that feels most comfortable for you. You can choose to sit, stand, or lie down. Whatever your body needs right now. As you begin to settle in this position, allow yourself to take a deep breath in, and with the out breath, closing your eyes. If it is not safe for you to close your eyes, you can also choose to lower your gaze. Now noticing the surface beneath you, feeling where your body meets the ground beneath you. Let the ground hold you completely. Feel your arms and legs becoming heavy. There is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go. Feel your mind becoming lighter and quieter. There is nothing you need to fix or manage in this moment. Arriving here just as you are. Today's meditation is inspired by a timeless quote. Happiness is not something ready made, it comes from your own actions. Tenzin Gyatso. We often treat happiness like a consumer product. We think that if I get that job, find that perfect partner, or buy that dream house, I will finally be happy. This assumption that happiness is a static thing waiting for us is wrong. The truth is, external things can provide temporary pleasure, but they cannot produce lasting happiness because they are subject to change. The insight from Tenzin Gyatso, the 14th century, the 14th Dalai Lama, is a powerful reminder that happiness is a verb, not a noun. It isn't a package that arrives in the mail or a destination you reach. It is a byproduct of how you engage with life. When our daily actions reflect what matters to us, a sense of contentment naturally arises. So, this wisdom gently returns our power to us. This quote shifts the responsibility for our own well being from the world around us to the choices we make every day. In a moment from now, I am going to share a series of phrases with you designed to help this wisdom take root in your subconscious mind. For the first two times, simply listen and let the words land gently. On the third time, if you feel called, you may repeat that phrase after me, either in your mind or out loud. And if at any point you prefer to just listen, then that's perfectly okay. So let's begin. You can allow yourself to feel good. You can allow yourself to feel good. I allow myself to feel good. Happiness is accessible to you at any moment. Happiness is accessible to you at any moment. Happiness is accessible to me at any moment. You experience happiness in both big and small ways. You experience happiness in both big and small ways. I experience happiness in both big and small ways. You are beginning to stop postponing happiness. You are learning to stop postponing happiness. I choose to stop postponing happiness. You can allow yourself to enjoy each day. You can allow yourself to enjoy each day. I allow myself to enjoy each day. You are learning to honor what brings you peace. You are learning to honor what brings you peace. I honor what brings me peace. You can allow joy to grow gradually in your life. You can allow joy to grow gradually in your life. I allow joy to grow gradually in my life. You only take actions that support your well being. You take actions that support your well being. I take actions that support my well being. You choose actions that nourishes you. You choose actions that nourishes you. I choose actions that nourishes me. You act with care towards yourself. You act with care towards yourself. I act with care towards myself. You live in ways that feels true for you. You live in ways that feels true to you. I choose to live in ways that feels true to me. You can choose to do the things that brings you happiness. You choose to do more of the things that brings you joy. I choose to do more of what brings me happiness. Your actions reflects what matters most to you. You honor yourself through daily choices. You honor yourself through daily choices. I honor myself through daily choices. You can influence how you feel today. You can influence how you feel today. I can influence how I feel today. You did great. As you have planted these seeds of wisdom into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, know that each time you repeat these affirmations, you will be nourishing these seeds so they can grow faster and stronger and eventually bear fruits in your life. But for now, allow yourself to begin to bring small movements like wiggling your toes and your fingers, gently waking your body by allowing it to move in whatever direction your body wants to be moved. And now, in your own time, gently open your eyes, or if you feel like resting, then you can let them stay closed and float into a peaceful sleep. Welcome back, dear ones. If you guys feel called to share your experience or your favorite meditation, favorite affirmation, then you can do so in the comments. And if you don't feel like typing yet, that's perfectly all right. And I see that a lot of new people have joined us while we were meditating. So, a warm welcome to the space. And in case you guys missed the meditation, I will share towards the end of this live where you can find it. But for now, I'm going to go through the comments and then we will move on to phase two of this live where we spin the wheel of wisdom and the universe sends us the guidance that we are looking for. Okay, so let's see. Hello, Amber. I'm glad that you were able to, do the meditation with all of us. And namaste. Kathleen says, what a great way to start the day. I am glad that you like the meditation and that, that you are here with us meditating. It is always lovely to have you here, Kathleen. Kayla says the affirmations around making choices that honor the person I want to be. Yeah, because we become who we want to become by the actions that we choose. And that's what the quote was around today's Insight Timer quote. And that's what the affirmations were around. So I'm glad that it resonated with you, Kayla. Thank you for sharing. So, my dear ones, now it's time to move on to our second phase. So, let me show you all our wheel of wisdom. So, this is our wheel of wisdom, and as you can see, this wheel contains the name of 51 transformational books that I have came across in my own journey. And now what we are going to do is we are going to take a moment and bring to our mind whatever it is that we need guidance on. It can be a specific issue or a specific desire or something in between. And if you have nothing specific in your mind, you can also send this wish into the universe that may everyone listening to this receives the message that they need to hear most today. So, with that specific thing or wish in your mind, let's spin. Okay, I think this is the first time this book came up. So, the name of the book is Think Better Thoughts by Thibaut Murasey. Sorry if I mispronounced the name, but the name of the book is Think Better Thoughts. So, give me a second to open the book and choose some numbers. By the way, this is our book. And let's see. So, my dear ones, I invite you all to choose a number between 18 to 131. And remember, there is no rush, take your time. I always pick a number based on my intuition. So, yeah, share the number that comes to you first in the comments. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Hitexa. And if I mispronounced anyone's name, feel free to correct me. Anyone else who would like to share a number? Okay. Thank you, Leslie. So the last three numbers are like pretty close. Okay. So let me go through these numbers and pick one for today. Okay, so the number that I'm feeling most called to is 56, and the number has been chosen by Leslie for all of us. Thank you, dear Leslie. Okay, let's see what message wants to come through this. So, the heading for this is Complaining is Normal. Complaining. So, this is like the assumptions that people have, the lies or the unhelpful things that people have. So, that is complaining is normal. So, the author says Complaining is a disease of the mind. It destroys our inner peace while failing to help us solve our problems or achieve our goals. We only have a couple of ways to react to what happens to us. We can accept the situation or do something about it. Yet, most people go for the third option. They do nothing but complain. They complain about the weather, politics, economy, their job, or their life situation. So, why do people complain? I believe they complain because they don't know any better. They believe it serves them in some way. They believe complaining is necessary before they act. But complaining won't improve your life. Acting towards the resolution of your issues will. Stop complaining. Instead, do something about the thing that is upsetting you. And if you can't, simply accept the situation. Everything else is a waste of energy. And there is a new empowering belief that goes with this reading, which is I live a complaint free life and react to situations constructively. So, I guess, a very valuable piece of wisdom packed into these, two sentences that when you are facing a situation, either do something about it or accept it. And that sounds simple, but that is like very effective and it applies to any distressing situation. And if you are going through any distressing situation and if you don't know how to exactly accept it, and by accepting it doesn't mean liking or tolerating it. So if you want to learn that, I do have a resource that is coming to my mind. Let me share it here. I hope that, if that is something that you are struggling with, is accepting your current situation, then in this particular resource that I've shared, you will find a way to process whatever is happening in your inner world, in your outer world, and then to move forward to, take the whatever action that you can in that situation. So let me know, Leslie, if this reading resonated at all with you. And anyone else also, if this reading resonated or if something is coming up for you, feel free to share that in the comments. Because as I say always, the wisdom doesn't only come through the book or through me, it comes in the space from anywhere, from any source. So yeah, we are just being open to it. Okay, so until people share anything, let us choose the next book. So I invite you again to bring to your mind anything that you need guidance on today, or simply hold this beautiful wish for everyone that they receive the message that is for their highest good as we spin the wheel. Okay, so the book that came for all of us is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff by Richard Carlson. Okay, so we have some feedback and shares for our first reading. So let me go through them and then I will take out this book. Kayla says, okay, how many zeros are there? But yeah, this reading really, really resonated with Kayla. And it was an answer to my questions. Oh, I love that. I'm glad that you received that guidance or clarity, Kayla. So happy for you. Kathleen says, really needed to hear that message. I'm glad that the right message reached your heart, Kathleen. Okay. We have a big message. Okay. So Caitlin says, what came up for me is the serenity prayer. Yeah, for me too. Asking for the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And yeah, coincidentally, I also included that same beautiful serenity prayer in I guess, in the first lesson of this course. So I am loving the alignment, Caitlin. And yeah, this is something that I return to again and again when I'm facing a hard time. Thank you for sharing that, Caitlin. And she says, also, the complaining versus the lack of complaining is relevant. I will message you more details, but it hit. I'm looking forward to your message, Caitlin, and to know what is happening in your life. By the way, guys, if you don't know, Caitlin is another wonderful teacher on Inside Timer. So I invite you to check her out, especially her lives. Beverly. Hello, Beverly. It's so nice to see you. I guess it has been a long time. I missed you. So Beverly says, hello, Anisha and everyone. Loved what I heard of the first book. Can share the message with my sister, a big complainer. Yeah, maybe if she's open to. Otherwise, she might complain about that. We never know. But yeah, okay, yeah, I will share that message in my group, Beverly, so you can, in fact, copy paste it or send her the recording. Anything that works. Okay. So now give me a second to open the book, the second book, which is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it is all small stuff. Beverly says, glad to be back. Absolutely, she might. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So, my dear ones, this is our second book for today. And give me a second to choose some numbers. And until then, if you guys feel called to, help me keep this live going, to support this, then you can do so by making a small donation. Again, this is not there is no requirement, only if you feel called. Um, okay. So, my lovely, amazing humans, the numbers between which I invite you all to choose are 20 to 141. Again, there is no rush. Take your time. Share a number that comes first to you. I will go through all your comments and pick a number that I am feeling intuitively called to. Okay. Thank you, Kayla, for sharing a number. Kayla is quick. Thank you, Kathleen. Beverly saying hi and catching up with Kathleen. Caitlin, I always confuses both of your names in my mind. Um, Kayla says lol. Thank you, Beverly, for sharing a number. Oh, you lost your chat, Caitlin. Yeah, maybe try joining again. Yeah, maybe you can try joining again, or otherwise, yeah, sit tight, accept the situation as the first reading came up. And thank you for sharing that number. We will consider that 100 from you. Anyone else who would like to share a number before I pick one? Thank you, Hitexa. Thank you, Marina. Okay, seems like everyone who wanted to share a number has done so. So let me go through these numbers now. Okay, so the number that I am feeling most called to is 47. And the number has been chosen by Kathleen for all of us. Thank you, Kathleen. Okay, Beverly says, I missed being here. I was on a break from Inside Timer, putting my learning into practice. I am happy to hear that. And I hope that, some of those insights might have, resulted into a beautiful change in your life, Beverly. Feel free to share anything that changed for you in the comments with everyone as well. Only if you feel called to, no pressure. And I'm so happy to have you here again. um, okay, Kathleen is celebrating, and let's go with her number now, which is 47. Mhm. Okay, so the subtitle for this is Imagine the people in your life as tiny infants and as 100-year-old adults. So, this technique has proven to be extremely helpful for releasing feelings of irritation towards other people. So, think of someone who truly irritates you, who makes you feel angry. Now, close your eyes and try to imagine this person as a tiny infant. See their tiny little features and their innocent little eyes. Know that babies can't help but make mistakes, and each of us was at one time a little infant. Now roll forward the clock 100 years. See the same person as a very old person who is about to die. Look at their worn out eyes and their soft smile, which suggests a bit of wisdom and the admission of mistakes they made. Know that each of us will be 100 years old, alive or dead, before too many decades go by. So this was the technique, and it provides us with some needed perspective and compassion. So, if our goal is to become more peaceful and loving, we certainly don't want to harbor negativity towards others. I feel like for today's reading, I have like nothing to add. Nothing is coming up for me as it usually does because like this practice was just so beautiful, especially imagining that person as an infant. It kind of melted my heart as I was imagining that. And like I was feeling a little teary. So, yeah, that was kind of my experience. And I was no longer feeling irritated or angry or frustrated, but kind of like that awe feeling when you see an infant, right? So, that kind of a feeling came to me. So, that was my reflection. And I would love to hear yours, especially yours, Kathleen, because we chose your number. But, you know, each of you guys are welcome to share anything that is coming up for you from this reading. Because since you are here, you were meant to receive that, you were meant to listen to this. I am so, so happy to hear that, Kathleen, that you were able to let go of that resentment and pain. And yeah, maybe even feel some of the love. Kayla says, powerful technique. Thank you. You're welcome, Kayla. Thank you for being in the space to receive this, this beautiful technique today. Okay, so I guess we have time for one more reading. So, again, bring to your mind anything specific that you need guidance on, or just hold this beautiful wish for everyone who is listening to receive the message that is for their highest good. Kathleen says, yes, love and compassion, gentleness. Love that. Yeah, that was kind of the aim of this practice. I love it. Vow said, says, as I walked with my inner child, I started to remember to see people as the child they once were and still are in some ways. I love that, especially that later part that you shared about, because The thing is, we are actually living our life, with the beliefs, with the mental constructs, the mental models that we created as a child. A lot of us still apply those very same coping strategies that we learned as a child, as a 7-year old or like around that age. And and it is so beautiful if we can like do this practice live while interacting with someone, knowing that like a 7-year old in me is interacting with a 7-year old in front of me. How beautiful and forgiving that would be. So thank you so much, Havau, for sharing that. I loved that. Thank you. And before I move on to the next comment, I do want to share something else that came to my mind. In some lives, there is like I never share anything, and in some lives, like resources come pouring into my head. So, yeah, if you are actually curious about what might be the beliefs that you might be carrying with you since you were a child, then I do have a resource for you to help you uncover those hidden beliefs, to help you realize that what are the, this subjective reality, what are your beliefs that might be influencing your reality as you know it, that might be affecting the results that you're getting in your life right now. So, yeah, so if that is something that you are interested in, you can check this out because awareness is always the first step. And I'm also currently working on creating part two of this course, by the way. So I'm going to create a course on the 5 most common limiting beliefs that most people have and how to overcome them. This course was about identifying them, and now I'm working on, helping you overcome them. So I will just start in the next week. So yeah, it would take time, but that is something I'm working on that I wanted to share. Okay, Beverly says, I was pulled into deep contemplative space. All the issues dropped and peace remained. I love that. Oh, that is so, so beautiful, Beverly. Thank you for bringing that kind of energy into the space. Thank you for embodying that. Okay, so now it's time for us to move to our next book, our final book for today. So, as I said, bring something specific to your mind or a beautiful wish for everyone here. And it's spin. Ah, this kind of like really resonates with what Beverly just shared. So, the heading is Arriving at Your Own Door. Arriving at Your Own Door by John Kabat-Zinn, who is also a pioneer of Western mindfulness. So let me open this beautiful, beautiful book and see how we can arrive at our own doors. So, this is the book, and it says 108 lessons in mindfulness. So, give me a second to choose some numbers. And until then, you can hold whatever it is that you need guidance on in your mind. Okay. Okay, so my dear ones, I invite you to pick a number between 14 to 135. Again, no rush, take your time. I will pick a number intuitively, okay? So, yeah, share your numbers in the comments. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Havau. Thank you, R. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Margaret. Anyone else who would like to share a number? Thank you, Wendy. Okay, so let us go with the numbers that we have here. Okay, so the number that I am feeling most called to is 99, and the number has been chosen by Wendy for all of us. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, let's see what is on page number 99. Okay, so it is like a single line that is coming up on this page, which is awareness is immanent and infinitely available, but it is camouflaged like a shy forest animal. So I don't know how much it resonated with you, Wendy, or not. Feel free to share anything that came up for you from this line. Let me repeat it again. Awareness is immanent and infinitely available, but it is camouflaged like a shy forest animal. What is coming up for me is not like words, but a practice where we basically observe anything that is around us, within us. We just observe something. For example, your breaths, your thoughts, your sounds. Sorry, the sounds around you. And then, after a moment of observing that, we ask ourselves who is observing it. And when we do that, we get in touch with that awareness that already is, that have been there, that is up, that is your essence. But we were not aware of that awareness up until that moment. But when we asked that, when we turned our attention towards where it is all beginning from, then we realize that, you know, this this awareness that is loving, that is spacious, that is infinite, that is, all of these wonderful things has always been here. We were never alone, we were never smaller that we thought we were, and that never left us. So that is something that is coming up for me. And I don't have like an exact practice for this. What the practice that I shared, I don't have exact meditation for it, but I have like a similar meditation that I created for it a long time ago. So I hope that that might help you get in touch with this, with this awareness that is always here, that is infinite, but that might be hidden, that might be camouflaged in some way for you. So, yeah. And if anything else is coming up for you guys from this, feel free to share that in the comments. Okay. So, okay, I'm feeling called to do one more reading, one last one. So, again, if any one of you haven't received the guidance that you were looking for, bringing that to your mind as we spin the wheel for the final time today. Okay, so the book that came for all of us is Change Your Life in 7 Days by Paul McKenna. So let's see what wants to come through this book. How can we change our life? And interestingly, I do not have the original book for this one because I've read these books over a period of like 10 years now. So I do have my notes from these books. So I actually made notes of the insightful paragraphs or the transformative exercises from these books. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes and scroll through these notes until I feel like this is the section that everyone here needs to hear from. Okay, so this can be like a collective reading for everyone. So, as I do so, you can hold in your mind whatever it is that you need guidance on so the right message can arrive for you. Mm. Okay. So, the heading that came up is The Law of Attraction. The law of attraction states what you focus on consistently, you get more of in your life. Again, what you focus on consistently, you get more of in your life. When asked the secret to great wealth, billionaire H.L. Hunt gave a simple 4 step formula. Step 1, decide on what it is that you want. So, being specific about that, that this is the area that I want to manifest something in, and this is what I want. And doing that for every area of your life, not just focusing on one area, just getting clarity of what you want in general first as well. Then, second, decide what you are willing to give up to get it. So, whenever we are trying to get something, there is always something that we need to get let go of. It can be about who we believe we are, it can be our habits, it can be, people around us. So, deciding what you are willing to give up to get it. Step 3, set your priorities accordingly. So, whenever you make a choice, whenever you maybe even write your to do list for the day, Setting your priorities based on what you're working towards, what you want, based on your goals, based on your, desires. And the fourth step is be about it. Okay, I think be it. Yeah, be it. Okay, uh-huh. Okay, yeah. That's it. I think the other paragraph was mixing, so I got confused. Yeah, so like become the person who would naturally attract all of those things that you want in your life, you know. So if you want to like succeed in your exam that is coming up, then asking yourself that what kind of a person actually succeed in those exams. A person who might be disciplined, a person who might be, more focused, a person who do not pushes themselves so much that they burn out, but they also take breaks. So like asking ourselves what kind of a person would naturally attract the thing that I want, and then becoming that, embodying that, day after day after day in small ways, not being, the exact replica of that person. You can't be at every moment, but trying to be that, trying to choose being that person at every, you know, at every moment that you get. So these are the four steps to attract whatever it is that you want. And with that, I guess it is time for us to wrap this live. So if you guys feel called to share anything about this reading or live, you're welcome to do that. But for me, I guess, yeah, this is time to end this. So before you go, let me, give me 2 more minutes to share with you where you can, watch this live, or where you can listen to the meditation that we did at the start in case you missed it, because it was about the code that you might see on Insight Timer's homepage. So it was on that. So, where you can, access that is you can go to my profile, which is Anisha Maheshwari on Insight Timer, and then you can go to the About section there. When you scroll all the way down, you will see something like this. And here you will find a way to, watch this live and all the previous lives that I've done so far. And you will also find some, of my offerings here, or any of the free resources that I've created here as well. So you will find everything here in one place. And and although it does take like 20 minutes for this, recording to get uploaded. So if you want quick access, or you just want to access the readings that we did today, then you can also access that by joining my group on Insight Timer, which is Wonderful Beings. And there are 108, 118 beautiful beings there. So you can either search for it on Insight Timer in the group section, or you can go to my profile, scroll on the homepage, scroll all the way down. By the way, this is the track that came out today, which is Sleep Meditation to Release the Day. It is not the 8 hour long one that I was talking about, because I submitted it today, but this is one that I did, I guess, 3 or 4 lives, or I think 2 lives ago, and it was based upon a code that came up on Insight Timer. So you're welcome to watch that if you struggle with sleep. It is like a 20-minute meditation approximately. Yes, I was telling you about the group. So when you scroll down at the bottom, you will find the group here. And here you will find the summary of the name of the books and the readings. Okay. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share. To tell you where you can go to after this live. And if you're new, feel free to follow me, because I do these lives on alternate days, and I have a lot of free meditations and a lot of stuff that is planned to come out. So yeah. And I already have a lot that you can explore. I guess I have like 80 plus meditations that you can go through. Okay, we have some comments that poured in, so let me go through them now. Kayla says, "Thank you so much. This was invaluable, so helpful." I am so happy, Kayla, that you stayed till the end, that you came back here again, and that you received something of value from this live. So, yeah, thank you for joining us again. And I hope to see you in the next live or maybe the live after that. Because with the next one, I have planned it like 3 hours before my usual time. I'm just experimenting with a different time too. So, yeah, um, but I will continue doing lives at this time also. I'm just experimenting, doing here and there, a little bit. Um, you're welcome, Rachel. Thank you so much for staying till the end. I hope that you received something from this live that is going to enrich your life. Thank you, Havau, for this kind donation. I am glad that something from this live, reached in your heart. And your donation is going to allow me to create more resources to devote the time and energy and effort to do these lives or to create a lot of resources for the ones who need them. So thank you so much. Kathleen says, "Congrats, looking forward to hearing that. We'll do so tonight." I am then looking forward to read about your review, Kathleen, that how do you find it. And Kathleen, I took into account your feedback also in on that 8 hour long meditation. So I'm going to release that 8 hour one, and then I will release another version for a 2 hour long, and I will include a music for a longer time after the affirmations, so that it is to your preference as well, and to someone else's also who gave me a similar feedback, like they prefer 2 hours instead of 8 hours. So yeah, I will take that into account as well. You're welcome. You're welcome, dear. I, that is like I mean it when I said that I wanted to co-create this with all of you guys. Thank you for helping me do that. Mary says, "Good morning. I just missed you all. Sending love to all." Thank you so much, Mary. I receive your love and send so much more to you. And I hope that you have a lovely day, Mary. Um, Hava says, "You are a gift to the world." That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Beverly says, "Immensely grateful, Anisha. And as always, a wonderful and helpful session where I always find answers. Thanks so much. It was so, so amazing having you here again, Beverly." And I hope to see you more in the future sessions if you decide to, um, continue with Insight Timer. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here. And I'm glad that you found it like valuable. Thank you. Okay, so my amazing, lovely people, I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. May you all be safe. May you all be healthy. May you all be happy. May you all live with ease. Thank you for spending your time with me. And I will see you day after tomorrow, or maybe after that if that time doesn't suit you. So till then, take care. Bye bye.